We have to, because of our time.
Okay.
Following on from lessons learned, is options available? Because both petitioners, at least the main petitioners, the PDP and the Labour Party, have said that they were going to take this further by going to the Supreme Court. And this question is for both Mr. Onokpasa and Mr. Ezike. But I'll start with you, Mr. Ezike, because you said that, in your opinion, the judges have failed in this regard. Is there any hope going to the Supreme Court? And I'll ask Mr. Onokpasa as well.
I don't see any hope. But it will be a pleasant miracle if there's change. Because the judges who are in the Supreme Court, most of them are not the putters, they are not the Justice Shaw's. You look at the thing and interpret it properly. Like I said, the thing to do is...
Again, you are impugning the integrity of the Supreme Court as presently composed?
Yes, I am. I know the risk I'm taking, but it is more important that we are safe and free in the country than for me to flatter them. And for your information, I have one or two of them that I call my friends. Yes. But the question is the level of jurisprudence. I say the problem here is a lot of bean counting. You start counting beans. No. What is the jurisprudence of it? Like in the United States, it is not the people who elect the president, it is the Electoral College they have in the various states. Has anybody complained about it and said that, why should the Electoral College, a few people in the various states, but when the votes are cast, the Electoral College keeps quiet, as it is. But if there's a problem, in Nigeria, the Electoral College will interfere every time, as it is. So when you make provision and say that Abuja is like that, you won't say it is wrong. It is there. If you don't want it anymore, you change the law. Now, the future with regard to this election will actually determine the future of Nigeria. Because this is the first time I noticed that young people were enthused in politics. This is after the toll gate thing. And if anybody doesn't understand history, then, the judges, then I think I would recuse myself if I'm a judge. If you understand history, you know where these things are going, and that your name will be there when the history is made. The history of this country, its survival or otherwise, may depend on this election.
All right. I'd like to go to Mr. Onokpasa now. Thank you, Mr. Ezike. Mr. Onokpasa, please, your take on this. Going to the Supreme Court, PDP, Labour Party.
That is their option. If they want to, they can go. I would just want to react to something that my learned senior said about the Supreme Court. It is not his place to impugn the integrity of the Supreme Court. He is not a Supreme Court judge. If he was that so great a lawyer, maybe he would be a Supreme Court judge. It is highly unfair of him to impugn the integrity of their lordships. Secondly, he made a comment about public opinion that the court should follow.
Mr. Onokpasa,
I'm not doing that. I'm reacting to what he said, please.
I think you should take that back. You shouldn't have attacked him personally that if he was so great a lawyer, he would be on the Supreme Court. You can't do that to a fellow guest. You cannot do that. Mr. Onokpasa, take that back. Take that back with due respect. Take that back.
I will not, please.
You can't do that to a fellow guest.
He said that the justices, will you hear me out, young man? He said the justices of the Supreme Court
take that back.
Are not like the likes.
Mr. Onokpasa,
my God. Oh God.
Mr. Onokpasa, kindly take that back.
I am a lawyer. I will not stand any lawyer insulting the justices of the Supreme Court. Please, back. I won't. You are not a lawyer, young man. I said I will not take it back. You will not impugn the integrity of the Supreme Court bench in front of me. I mean, how dare you? That is our Supreme Court.
With all due respect, you have no right, Mr. Nokbasa, to come out here and castigate a fellow guest by saying, hang on a minute.
He has a right to insult the Supreme Court bench.
Hang on a minute. Nobody has said he has a right to impugn. When he said it, Dr. Abati replied him, but you have no right to tell a guest, our guest here, that if he was so great a lawyer, he will be sitting on the Supreme Court. Now you are attacking him and attacking his character. And that's what we're saying you're taking back.
He has a right to say, to compare our Supreme Court justices with who?
I mean, you choose to hear what you want to hear anyway.
That they are not what?
Nobody has supported him for impugning the Supreme Court. I told you, if you heard me properly, that Dr. Abati had a clawback and said, no, you are impugning the character of the court. We don't support that, but you have no right to also berate his personality. Okay, wrap up and let's go. Wrap up and let's go quickly.
Can we settle this?
Just wrap up and let's go, please.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, according to Mr. Ezike, he says that the court might decide a case according to public opinion. Well, the public opinion is actually even on Tinubu's side. Because according to the umpire INEC, he got the highest number of votes cast. It is not on Peter Obi's side. So I don't know what public opinion Mr. Ezike is talking about.
Okay, is that